I'm excited to introduce my guest, all the way from South Florida, founder and owner of Ark Solvers. He's a believer, husband, father, entrepreneur, cybersecurity expert, and listen well, in that order. Mr. Reginald Andre, you go by Andre. So thank you so much for joining us here in La Quinta Conferencia, Joven Puerto Rico es tuyo. How are you, Andre?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, Andre, I know in this interview we're going to be talking about cybersecurity, the arrival of AI, and if you have been paying attention to the news, everyone, the glitches, the hacks, etc. But first, I would like to get to know you a little bit more. So tell us about your story. What's your testimony? Who is Reginald Andre?
Yeah, so Reginald Andre is a first-generation Haitian American. My mom moved in Haiti when I was about 1 year old, and we lived in one of the most dangerous cities in South Florida at the time, called Miami Gardens. And every statistic that says I was supposed to fail happened to me. Single parent household. My father was never around. Poor neighborhood. My mom worked several jobs. Everything that, the statistic says was supposed to now make me fail and be a nobody in society, that was supposed to be me. And, just throughout my journey in life and my childhood, I was always surrounded by mentors, people in the church, and they were always able to help me make sure that I stayed that straight line and not follow some of my neighborhood friends that was getting into trouble and going to jail and, drugs and all of that case. And I would really test a testament to those people at the churches that, my mom would kind of force us to go to, and just the community that we were able to be surrounded by. And from there, I was able to graduate high school. I was able to go to college. And I was also able to open up my own cybersecurity and IT company. And we've actually been voted the fastest growing cybersecurity company 3 years in a row.
Wow, congrats.
I always want to make sure that I take care of my family first, and my, and everything else kind of just trickles after that.
So what is cybersecurity?
Well, cybersecurity is what is keeping businesses, keeping people's computers and devices and data safe. So things have changed and cyber threats are way up. And what that means is that everybody is trying to hack your computers, trying to hack networks, because they want money. There's so much money to be made after they hack, which is called ransomware. So cybersecurity is all about keeping companies, keeping individuals safe from any type of cyber attacks.
I am an entrepreneur too. How does cybersecurity apply to my everyday online activities? What can I do to protect myself and my kids?
The two biggest things I would say is you want to guard yourself from any type of phishing attacks. The number one way that cyber criminals get into your computers and get your information is by them sending you an email or sending you a text message, wanting you to click on that. And then from there, you put in your passwords. And once they get in your passwords, they can get into your bank account, into your Microsoft email, your Gmail, etc. So first thing, be vigilant. If you weren't expecting an online order, if you weren't expecting an attachment, don't click on it, delete it. The second thing that you want to have in every single account is you want to have two-factor authentication, because even if the bad guy gets your password and gets your login information, they don't have your cell phone. And what that means is that two-factor authentication will send a code to your phone. And because the bad guy, the hacker, doesn't have your cell phone, they won't be able to get into your account. So as a mom and as a business owner, if you do those two things, you're like 99% there.
Excellent.
Keeping your information safe.
What are your thoughts on AI and machine learning, and how will AI play a role on cybersecurity?
Well, the truth is we're all going to be in big trouble. I always said once the hackers knew how to spell correctly and how to make an email enticing, we're going to be in trouble because it's great because, there's enhancements happening and, with ChatGPT and all of those great AI things, we're able to be more productive in our work. But at the same time, the bad guys are using that to their advantage. So for example, once they break into your email, they can use AI to now read all of those emails to now figure out, what is your bank account information? What important information is in that email? It's no longer someone reading it, email by email, this information. Now they can just use AI to get all of that. So there's a lot of risks in AI, but there's also a lot of good in AI.
One or two benefits of AI.
Yeah, absolutely. Productivity. Anytime now when I send out an email to a client, I go on ChatGPT and I put the word rewrite for me. And from there, I can then take my C-level, high school and C-level college English, and now I can make it look like it's a real professional. Also, I have a lot of meetings. And I get permission from my client to record the meetings. And then I can then use AI to take that information and now create a recap email of that 45-minute meeting. I don't have to sit there and take deep notes and so forth like that. So really, AI is allowing us to work much, much smarter and not as hard.
Now let's talk about July 19, the global IT outage. Could AI cause a spike in this type of glitch or hacks happen on July 19? And this week also, I think Trump, in the friendly conversation with Elon Musk, there was like a glitch. Could this be AI?
Absolutely. All of that is using AI because now hackers don't even need to know hard programming anymore. They can now type this in. I call this into bad GPTs, and they can now say, write a code that can make the Windows operating system crash. Before, they would need to know programming and do all of this. And now they can write a code. And if they get into a system, they can now make the operating system crash. Also, with like you mentioned, with the Trump and Elon interview, that was using a lot of bots. And at the end of the day, that's all AI. Because what that happened there with the glitches is that they think of it as everybody rushing to your door, banging on your door, trying to get in. And that disrupted the service. It disrupted the internet because they were getting way more than expected. Well, you can use AI to write something to say, write a code that now makes all of these robots knock on the door and bang on the door and now making the service not working well. And that's exactly what happened.
And I remember that on the news, this name came up quickly, CrowdStrike, the company linked to the global outage. The company said that the outage was not caused by security incident or cyber attack. But what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I agree. It was just a bad update. And what it was is that they did not do quality assurance. Updates happen every single day on computers, your Microsoft, your Adobe, everything is getting updates every day. And unfortunately, they created this, but they did not test it correctly. So typically, whenever an update happens, they first test it internally. And then once it passes that, they may send it to 100 computers, 200 computers. In this case, they just sent it to everybody that's using the CrowdStrike. And it happened to be Fortune 50 companies, airlines, 911 systems, hospitals, all of them were down.
How can we stay protected?
So in addition to what I mentioned, to make sure you have 2 factor authentication, you also want to make sure that you're aware and your family's aware. There's so many scams happening now where you can now, using AI, which is going to be a bad thing, where they use AI to have someone's voice. So you can go right now online and say, I want Joe Biden to say, hello, how is it today in Puerto Rico? And it's going to sound exactly like Joe Biden. And with AI, you can make it where someone can actually call you. Like I can take your voice right now, and then AI, I can then say, make her say XYZ. And maybe your AI calls your family member, the bad guy calls your family member, and then you say, you know what, please transfer me $50 to my bank account. This is what AI can do now. So be vigilant. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And if something smells a little sneaky, hang up the call. If it's from your bank or if it's from your delivery service, just call them directly and see if this is true. But I mean, it's just so amazing what AI is going to be able to do to scam people that we have to just be more careful. If you have elderly parents, people that are kind of not as technological as, us young students, let them know, educate them, let them know about these things.
Thank you. That's time up. Thank you so much for being with us in this interview and sharing this valuable information. But before we leave, if someone wants to get in touch with you or follow you on social media, where do they go?
Yeah, you can go to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and you can just put my name in, Reginald Andre, and you'll see me maybe with my Superman shirt. I did AI photo, so you may see me there. And just connect. I love to connect with you.
Well, thank you very much.